3, 2, 1, here we go. This is the story about George, the investor. And while George is a fictional character, his story is pretty relevant to anyone who's ever hired a financial advisor, especially if you've hired a financial advisor that works on Wall Street. Hi, I'm Jim Munchbach, and I'm the CEO and founder of BayRock Financial. And full disclosure, this is our first advertisement. In this video, I'm going to share a story about George, the investor. And I just want you to know it's an advertisement. So if you're a client or just an investor, I would really appreciate your comments below to let me know what you think about our new ad. And also, if you have any suggestions to make it better, that make it more relevant to you as an investor, I'd love to hear about that so I can make an edit for the next version. We'll be doing a series of advertisements, and we'll start with George, the investor. So full disclosure number 2, AI, that is artificial intelligence, is a thing. It's a very big thing that's come along pretty quick and pretty vastly over the last few months, and it's certainly impacted my view in terms of portfolio management and investments, especially in technology. So just so you know, we used artificial intelligence in creating the video that you're about to watch. So again, if you're a client or just an investor or maybe a marketing person who's connected with me on LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, I would appreciate your comments. Just let me know what you think about this advertisement. The AI isn't perfect, but it's amazing to me, as you will hear my voice, which is a clone. And also, while you're watching the video, I'll be creating some B-roll to go along with it to make the video more interesting. So thanks for watching, and here's a story about George, the investor.
Meet George the investor. George is a successful business owner with $1 million in cash to invest. Despite his substantial income, he wants to reduce his work hours to focus on family, travel, and ministry. George has many aspirational goals but lacks a financial plan. His fear of market losses has led to missed investment opportunities. Previously, he hired a Wall Street advisor who charged a 2% management fee. But during the 2008 global financial crisis, George experienced a major loss in all of his accounts. That experience led to a distrust in financial advisors and avoidance of the market. My first Wall Street advisor experience was very similar to George's story. My guess is that most investors who have ever worked with a Wall Street financial advisor have also had a similar experience to George's story. I was the first and only certified financial planner professional in the Houston area at State Farm. I began selling investments in 1997. Around 2007, my favorite State Farm mutual fund finally got around to adding real estate. Unfortunately, this wasn't until after the real estate sector had experienced massive gains. Having real estate as an asset class in my favorite State Farm mutual fund made it even easier to sell. Yet, despite being a sales leader in mutual funds at State Farm, I lacked the expertise to manage an investment portfolio. The real estate bubble continued to expand. Nobody at State Farm warned me that the risk in my clients' portfolios and in my own portfolio was also increasing a lot. In December 2007, I hired my first and only Wall Street advisor to manage my life savings. He worked at Merrill Lynch as an employee of Bank of America. My new Wall Street financial advisor charged me a 1.5% investment advisory fee. This, coupled with mutual fund fees and other hidden fees at Merrill Lynch, totaled about 3.5% of my assets. By mid-2008, I lost over 40% of my life savings, prompting me to fire my Wall Street financial advisor. I then retired as a State Farm agent and went to work on Wall Street, where I joined Morgan Stanley's wealth management department. After learning how things work on Wall Street, I went to work with 3 different independent investment firms in the Houston area. In 2019, after learning what I needed to learn about the investment management business, I founded BayRock Financial. BayRock is an independent fiduciary advisory firm that offers financial planning and portfolio management. As the owner, I'm able to provide lower-cost investment management, pricing transparency, and no hidden fees, We typically charge 1% of assets under management. Our investment focus includes keeping fees low, utilizing highly liquid and cost-efficient ETF strategies, and employing option strategies for better risk management. Our model portfolios are actively managed based on current economic and market conditions. The investor onboarding process at BayRock is very different from what you get when you hire a Wall Street advisor. At BayRock, we use a systematic dollar-cost averaging approach for new clients like George. Every investor at BayRock begins with a tailored investment policy statement, regardless of asset size. At Morgan Stanley, I was only allowed to create an investment policy statement for clients with over $10 million in assets. Also, Wall Street advisors don't get paid until your money is invested. At BayRock, new clients like George don't get the same treatment my Wall Street advisor gave me in December of 2007, when the markets were at or near all-time highs. My life savings were immediately put into high-cost mutual funds so that my Wall Street advisor and the mutual fund manager could get paid. They got their fees up front based on the total amount of my life savings before the 40% drop that came in 2008. The BayRock process includes 3 steps for new clients like George. First, George completes a 5-minute risk survey to get his risk number. Next, we craft an investment proposal for George detailing risk, expected returns, expenses, and performance projections. We use the S&P 500 as a benchmark, and we illustrate how George's portfolio would perform in various market scenarios. Finally, George receives key documents including the investment policy statement, advisory agreement, and access to our financial planning and investment management portals. The BayRock portfolio management process begins as soon as George becomes a client. George's portfolio is created based on his risk number. We systematically invest his cash over several months. We will adjust the investment pace based on market movement. The BayRock financial planning process also begins when George becomes a client. We start the planning process by conducting a financial planning gap analysis. We also coordinate with the other advisors working with our clients because we know that your CPA isn't talking to your family attorney. Your family attorney isn't talking to your insurance agent. Your insurance agent isn't talking to your investment guy. And your investment guy is usually talking to himself. Our financial planning process includes retirement, estate, education, tax, and investment planning. We provide ongoing review and monitoring, which includes cash flow management. At BayRock, we offer financial planning and portfolio management. We work hard to simplify the process so that our clients experience more clarity, confidence, and contentment in their financial lives. My goal as Director of Wealth Management at BayRock is to deliver smarter strategies and better results for our clients. Based on my experience on Wall Street at Morgan Stanley, I'm confident in our ability to achieve that goal. During my advanced training at Morgan Stanley, I tried to use the same approach I use at BayRock. I've always tried to help clients connect their money with their purpose. My professional training team at Morgan Stanley made it very clear that my approach would never work, because in order to keep my job at Morgan Stanley, I had to constantly increase my assets under management. To do that, I couldn't waste my time on a warm and fuzzy process like the process we use at BayRock. At BayRock, I have no pressure to sell anything. I love my job because I get to treat my clients the way I would want my mom to be treated if she hired a financial advisor. Thanks for watching. If you want to meet with me to talk about your financial future, it would be my pleasure. Visit BayRockFinancial.com.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope it was helpful if you're an investor. Again, the investment policy statement and the investment proposal that we put together for George is, I think, the best process available both for investors and advisors. So if you jump down to the bottom, if you click on the link in this video, you'll see that at the very bottom, we've included links to both of these reports. So you can click on the download link and you'll be able to grab the reports that were referenced in each of the investment policy statement as well as the investment proposal. So just wanted to make sure you knew that those were available if you want to take a deeper look. Again, thanks for watching the video, and pay, if you will, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's my personal YouTube channel, but it is where at Jim Munchbach, Munchbach has an H on the end. This is my YouTube channel, and it is where I will be posting ads for BayRock. You can also obviously visit BayRockFinancial.com. Again, if you're an investor, if you're a client, or just an investor, or if you're one of my friends on LinkedIn who's into marketing, I would appreciate if you leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought of the ad, what you thought about the AI that we used in the ad, and if there's anything you think would be helpful for an investor to understand the process for getting started with a financial advisor. Please let me know. And if you're a financial advisor, I have lots and lots of connections with great people in LinkedIn who are in the profession I'm in. So if you're one of those, please feel free to leave your comment. I'll read it, I'll reply, and I appreciate the input. And again, thanks for watching the video. I hope I'll see you next time in the next video on the YouTube channel. Take care. So that was the video ad that we put together. It's kind of long, sorry about that. One thing I wanted to mention before I just hit the stop button here on this live stream is that even though I included a link to the reports, the investment policy statement and the investment proposal, I failed to mention that every time we do one of those investment proposals or investment policy statements, each one is done customized for each individual. So just so you know, the reports that are available for download in the link below in this video, those are just standard sample reports, but they give you a great idea of what the content is in each of those reports. And so again, thanks for watching the video. I'm going to go ahead and hit the finish button now.